It's time to go forward indeed. You're ready, buddy.
All right. Good to go? I'm ready. I've got my timer going.
And we're off. Welcome, everybody. This is a little video of me attempting Five Guys Flippin Pies GOLIATH Pizza Challenge. This Goliath Party pizza is a 28-inch in diameter pizza. I have 1 hour to complete it, and if I do, I'll get the entire pizza for free, along with a t-shirt and my name up on the Wall of Fame. If I fail to complete it, I have to pay for the whole pizza. I don't get a shirt, and I'll probably feel a little disappointed. Luckily, that didn't happen today. This challenge is technically a team pizza challenge. 2 people have an hour, and it's normally a 2-topping pizza as well, sausage and pepperoni. But the owner also offers the Goliath challenge as a solo challenge, which is what I'm attempting here. Just as cheese. Only one other person has attempted this, and that was years ago. And it took him almost the entire hour to finish. And when I heard only one other person was sick enough to try it, I knew I had to come down here and give it a shot. I actually discovered this challenge through BearMeatsFood's channel a while ago, and I wanted to come try it myself with a friend, but neither of us really felt committed to eating an entire pizza. We were pretty scared, and so we chickened out last minute and didn't go. But ever since starting the food challenges earlier this year and realizing how fun it is and that I can actually go the distance, I wanted to come down, give it a shot, and hopefully break a record. So I've done a couple ice cream challenges, and so I know how ice cream worked. This is the first time ever trying a pizza challenge. And even more fun fact, this is the first time I've eaten pizza maybe in a decade. I've had a very strange relationship with food, and I haven't touched pizza in quite a while. And, going into this, I didn't prepare by eating a bunch of pizza. I just ate my usual foods in disgusting amounts. Vegetables, if you're curious. So, I didn't know how my body was going to react to all of this cheese, all of this dough and sauce. But instantly going into this challenge, eating pizza, it brought back all of these nostalgic memories of eating pizza every Friday night with my family. And really, I didn't have any problems digesting it. It's, in a sick way, it's a known food to my body since it was such a staple of my former overweight childhood. Some more trivia about this pizza. I was given the choice between square slices, since it's a big party pizza, normally to serve maybe 30 people, but I've never been a fan of the square cut pizza, so I just went with what I was comfortable with and went with the traditional slice. So strategically, I've seen competitive eaters go for the square cut because technically you get more cuts on the pie, and it'll create less work for you later. And so I went in thinking, man, I might be going in giving myself a disadvantage. But luckily, the owner cut it into these small strips. So it ended up working out in my favor because this cut made it so much easier to get through the crust. My friend was attempting this after me, and when I saw his square cut, there were so many larger chunks of crust that he had to get through. But mine were just like these small little things. The slices, they were perfect size. I didn't have to open my mouth really wide. I just had to worry about chewing and swallowing. And it went relatively smoothly for this first half of the pizza. I had a good clip. I was working at a decent pace, but right at the halfway point, my brain started playing awful tricks with me. It's not only was my jaw getting tired, just my ability to swallow, I think, was holding me back. So I would just have tons of pizza left in my mouth, and it was not going down. And visually, when you see an entire half of a pizza left, and you have to literally double what you've done so far, that alone filled me with a lot of doubt. Sitting there with pizza in my mouth, I started freaking out. Thoughts of maybe throwing up. Oh my God, can I do this? It's and and also I on the side there you can see that I've got two caffeine-free Diet Pepsis. And I brought those because I was allowed to bring my own drink, and so I wanted something sugar-free, caffeine-free. And so I brought those along to kind of help me out. And I was trying not to use fluids because I had this thought of, if I drink too much, it's going to fill up my gut. The carbonation, it's going to make me bloated, and I'm not going to be able to finish the pizza. But in retrospect, I really shot myself in the foot by not drinking more. That soda really would have helped break down the crust. And my next challenge, I'm definitely going to use way more soda. Speaking on the fullness factor, these fears of I'm going to feel super stuffed, I'm not going to have enough room. As I was eating, I felt that sense of I'm hitting a wall, I'm way too full. But as soon as I was done with the pizza, it was the wildest feeling. All of a sudden I felt like I had way more room in my stomach. I even contemplated getting a piece of cake for fun, but I didn't want to tempt fate with that. Another thing that would help with my stomach too, I'm sitting down here, and I know Randy Santel's thing. He sits on his knees so he can keep an upright torso without bending his legs. But really, there was something about standing up that sort of loosened up all the pizza matter sitting in my gut so that I felt like I had more room and I could keep going. So next challenge, I'm definitely going to, A, use more fluids, and 2, not be afraid to stand up, move around, get some burping in. Some commentary on the pizza itself. It's fantastic pizza. Now, I know I haven't had pizza in a long time, and so maybe you might be thinking, I'm not an expert at what good pizza is. Listen, I have eaten my fair share of pizza as a child, and I can tell you this one stacks up with some of the best pizza I've ever had. The crust was it wasn't burnt, it wasn't soggy, it was just the right amount of sauce and cheese and a nice chewy crust that stayed crisp. Tasted amazing. I had a blast. As far as the aftermath, I didn't know what to expect after not eating pizza for so long. That how would something this cheesy and saucy and doughy would affect my digestive system. People always think, oh, you must have been on the toilet for hours, and I didn't have any problems digesting this. The night of, the day after, I mean, I will say the next day I was completely stuffed. Well, not even stuffed. I would say the next day I was not in the slightest bit hungry. And so I just kind of honored my hunger single. I honored my hunger signals and just didn't eat anything that day. I drank tons of water. I felt fine. I didn't feel weak or fatigued. I just went through my day and I didn't need any food, which was sort of interesting and liberating. It gave me time to clean up around the house and focus on other things. The following day after that, that's around lunchtime, I started to get hungry again. And then from there on in, I've just been back to my regular diet as if nothing happened. As far as going to the bathroom, really, not to get gross, but like I was taking note of how much was leaving my body, and I really, if I didn't, if I wasn't aware that I ate a 28-inch pizza this night, nothing about what came out of me would indicate that I ate something this abnormally large, out of context. My weight has pretty much stayed stable. There was a small increase the day of, but then it's normalized out, and I'm back to my pre-contest competition challenge weight. It's like, I don't know where this pizza really went. It just disappeared. My gut is an enigma, maybe a magician. Who knows? I do want to address, because I posted, I wanted to know everyone's questions on Instagram, and I got so many great ones, so I wanted to circle back around and make sure I tag all of the good ones I got in the comments. Just back to back, I got, how many poops were you taking after eating this monstrosity? And also paired with how backed up were you? And the day after, I would say it was closer to backed up. But it didn't feel backed up. I didn't feel constipated or terrible, like I had this thing trying to leave my body. I felt completely fine. It's wild. It's like I'm born to do these outrageous challenges. And yeah, how many times did I have to crap after? Not really, not that much. I'm so surprised. I was also asked, did I have to practice doing this, or is this a natural gift? Well, I guess the digesting and not crapping my brains out is a natural gift. But in terms of practicing and training, I've been a huge proponent of high volume foods, and I'm known for inhaling pounds of vegetables every single night. And that alone has stretched out my stomach capacity inadvertently. And I just have this crazy large stomach capacity. And I'm putting it to good use with these challenges, especially when I see people struggling to get down, a 5-pound meal. I know I could easily get 8 pounds on a bad day. A good day, on a good day, I've practiced with 12 plus pounds of specifically cabbage. My gut was quite bloated, and I was leaving quite the trail of flatulence that my parents were very, very disappointed with. Did it taste nice? Of course, it tasted fantastic. It was perfect. Someone actually specifically asked about my prep. Did I fast all day? Anything the night after? How was the next day affected? And yes, I fasted that day. Well, starting back, the night before, I ate a giant vegetable dinner, my usual. It was about 10 to 11 pounds of vegetables and various fluids, just to keep my stomach know it's got enough room for a giant pizza. Then the following day, to prepare, I did some walking, went to the gym, get my appetite up. I didn't eat any solid foods, but I drank a lot of decaf coffee and just a lot of water, just so my stomach didn't shrink and freak out when I introduced solid foods. And like I said before, the following day, I just was not hungry at all, so I just continued fasting. Drinking water, of course, always always drinking water. Someone asked about the Pepsi. Was that a specific tactic, or would water have worked? And, water would have worked, but the combination of soda and pizza is iconic. It's so delicious and perfect. I had to go with the soda. And there is a benefit. The sweetness can kind of counteract a lot of the savoriness and of the pizza. And the carbonation too helped me burp. And burping when my stomach is filled with so much pizza and unintentional air bubbles from eating fast, it was nice to get some carbonation in there to force burps out and clear up room for more pizza to go down. Did I puke? Thank goodness I did not. I loathe throwing up, and I've actually got sort of a record going. I can't remember the last time I threw up. Easily, like maybe 10 years ago. I will do anything in my power to not throw up, even if I feel sick. I've gotten to points in the last few years when I feel kind of I might need to throw up, but it's that one that is willpower that I will always exercise to not throw up. And I'm happy to report I did not throw up this time. Was this a regular pizza or a plant-based one? This was OG pizza, real dairy, real crust, no vegan cheese or anything. Now, this is a good one. Did I get super high beforehand? And I did not get high for this. And I wouldn't even recommend getting high. The amount of coordination that you need to be able to eat fast, chew, and swallow, as long as there's the motivation to keep going, that would be completely squashed if you were under the influence. And the mental struggles I went through in the middle, just the thoughts in my brain as I was going through this telling me, you can't do this. This is way too much. Oh my God, what have you gotten yourself into? If I was high, I would be having an awful time dealing with those sort of inner demons. So no, I do not partake, even outside of. That's not my style, and if that's your thing, go for it. But if you're going to do a challenge, I would probably caution, do it sober, be in a good state of mind. Was there a time that you thought you couldn't do it? Did it get tough? It got very tough. And so another question too, did your jaw get sore from the chewing? And it did. There was so much chewing. It was hard to get through. That I've actually invested in some extra chewy gum and actually a jaw exerciser based on one of my favorite competitive eaters, James Webb. His videos are insane. He's just got the largest jaw I've ever seen, and he just rips through everything. And so I hit him up, and he was telling me about the jazzercise, and it's these little rubber things that you chew on. And I didn't think it would make any difference, but when I try it, it really hits the back of the jaw that was getting worked and tired from eating this thick crust. So I'll see how that works going forward. And I think the biggest question was conquering the fear. And I could make videos forever on this topic of battling with my own insecurities with my body dysmorphia. I've had to overcome binge eating episodes in my past, and I've also had undiagnosed orthorexia, which is just this sort of it's if you don't know orthorexia, it's a newer eating disorder that I mean, I've dealt with orthorexia, just this obsession with needing the clean, purest foods. I've demonized this type of food, pizza, for years. Nothing with sugar or added oils. I would get neurotic about it, and it would just control my life. Just constantly worried about the number on the scale, the number in my fitness pal, and I've always had this sick desire to try these food challenges because I loved watching them on YouTube. But then that voice in my head would go, no, that's a stupid idea. This is going to just inflame all of your inner mental problems. You're going to eat this and you're going to regret it. You're going to go, oh my God, that was stupid. You're going to hate the way you look. You're going to gain all this weight. And then the voices just yell, no, this is bad. You're terrible. And you're going to have to fast so much for this. And you're going to be uncomfortable. And it's all of these fears that prevented me from ever attempting these challenges. And I was so grateful that my friend Sean, aka Basket Locker Ball, hit me up for my first ice cream challenge. And I was really scared. Part of me was trying to think of a way to back out of it. But I just went in and thought, it's my first ever eating competition. Just go for it. See what it feels like. And I went in, and all of those voices, the fears of this was a dumb idea, you're going to regret all of these extra calories, none of those were there. And it was the opposite. I felt liberated. All of those inner voices telling me, like, this is wrong and you're not allowed to eat these foods. It shut all of those voices up. And I just had the most fun I've had in years. And it's been what's motivating me to try to find even more and try to keep doing this, because it's all these years I've been not doing it. And now I realize how fun it is and how not scary it is and how empowering and exciting it is. Another voice in my head, I think, oh, I could eat a 28-inch pizza. But then maybe put in that situation, I would realize I really can't eat a 28-inch pizza. But now that I can see, oh, whoa, I've actually got some pretty good potential here. I want to keep riding it out and try more challenges. Work my gumption, try new food ones. I've got a burrito one coming up, some burger ones. It'll be interesting to see all the tactics needed for each one, because I know how ice cream works and what makes that easy and what makes it hard. And now I'm seeing pizza, what makes it easy, what makes it hard. It's really crazy. But yeah, the conquering the fear, that's really the most fun about all of this. If you've known me for a while, I hate going out to eat at restaurants. I'm always the picky one. I'll just sit there and not eat anything and just wait till I can go home to eat my own food. And so it's fun getting to go to these restaurants and, eating with my family. Off screen, my dad was, eating his own slice of pizza, so it was kind of cool getting to eat pizza with my dad. I haven't done that with him in, over a decade. It's wild. And, outside of this challenge, it's not like I'm... another thought I had with these eating challenges, I always thought, if I started, I'm going to just be insatiable. I'm going to have to eat. I'm going to just always want more and more. But I haven't felt that yet. I eat this and cool. I don't feel this need. I need to eat pizza again tomorrow or later, or I need more. It's just, that was so much fun. I got to find the next challenge. No rush, though. There's plenty of time. But yeah, here I am at the end. Each slice just got harder and harder right at the end. It's sort of nuts. It's like these last... I can put up a graph. The very last. I saved my favorite little slice for the end. there it is, the final slice. And it took me forever to get down. Just really, like, I could chew through it, but my body just did not want to swallow it. It's really crazy. It's a sensation Jeff Esper just mentioned on a podcast I listened to, and he said that's this feeling of you're chewing the food, it's in your mouth, and it refuses to swallow, and it's one of those sensations I don't think many people really get to experience, but it's wild and kind of funny to overcome. It reminded me of my powerlifting training and going in, and I've got a set of 12 squats, and I unrack the weight, and oh God, the weight on my back feels so heavy, and you step out of the rack, and you go down, come back up, and think, oh my God, I have 11 more of these to go. And that's honestly what I thought when I had 12 slices left of the pizza. There were 24, and when I hit that halfway point, it's like I got 12 slices left, and this is like a set of 12 squats, and I would just did each one. Oh my God, there's more. There's still more. And so here I am right at the end, the final chewing. Now the owner was actually cutting the time there, but I wanted to be legit. I wanted to swallow it all first, and it took quite a while to finish off the chewing of that crust. Come on, buddy. You got it. Keep going. Keep going. There we go. And we ended it in 28 minutes, 4 seconds, shattering the previous record of 57-something minutes. I'm really proud with the way this one came out. Delicious pizza. I'm already looking for my next pizza challenges. I know there's a great one in West Haven by Capetta's. I'm trying to find a Benny's near me because their challenge pays. If you finish that pizza, you get $280. There's the classic Man vs. Food in Manchester. But all in due time, I'm just going to keep riding the high of these challenges, find new ones, and share them with you guys. And I know this is a really long one. If you listen to all of this, tell me what your favorite pizza is. No, you got to tell me something even funnier. Tell me, if you make it this far in the video, just something, just tell me if you made it this far. I can't even think of something creative enough. If you watch this far in the video, you're the greatest. I'll send you some homemade almond butter. Just in the comments go, yo, almond butter pizza, and I'll hook you up. But anyway, that was my Goliath Pizza first pizza challenge and food challenge win number 4. Stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Thank you.